Have you experienced
hot.
any feelings of anger or resentment towards the New Republic government or its representatives?
No.
Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra and this is Ken.
Hi.
And Ham is with us today. I'm wearing my panda shirt because, you know, Panda Reacts, so might as well have a little panda-ness in there.
Exactly.
We're back with Mandalorian. This is the first time that Ken's watched it with me on film since it started. So it's season 3, episode 3.
We've had technical problems.
Yes. So now we're back together. We have watched all the other episodes. But let's talk about the big thing from last episode, which was the Mythosaur. Everybody is going crazy over the fact that the Mythosaur was in there, but we all know it would be.
Yep.
Because because Dave Filoni loves a good Star Wars Christmas special, and there's nothing more special than the Mythosaur from that episode. So, so that's gonna be. I think that's gonna play a big role in the upcoming episode.
It's really huge. I think they have not finished the task here. He hasn't cannonballed into the sweet
yes, he did.
Pool of juice. Not officially. He hasn't completed the whole.
Dude, he sunk to the bottom.
The ritual. He hasn't done the ritual, so it's not completed in the way that it needs to be completed in order for him to be, redeemed. So
I think he was mostly done when he fell. When he fell off the Jaime Lannister cliff. Because it was like, walk, 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 sudden drop.
I think the Mythosaur grabbed him.
No, I don't think so at all. I think he sudden dropped, he did a Jaime Lannister, and he didn't have his jetpack.
And he was wearing armor.
So he sunk to the holy bottom of that Mariana Trench that they had, because that was deep.
Yeah.
It totally reminded me of Game of Thrones. When everyone was like, what? How could he be so far underwater? But yeah, it looked like, but I think he just stepped off the edge where it says, watch, steep drop. Yeah. That they don't have a sign, which they flippin' should.
Yeah, this place is looking like it needs a little janitorial service.
Yeah, so...
I'm sure Queen Bo-Katan's going to handle at some point.
Jesus, Bo-Katan. I saw Bo kind of transform a bit when Mando was determined to go to those waters. Talked about, this is the way, and he did this ritual in front of her. It was almost, she was like, kind of enjoyed it.
You're actually serious, man. That's what she's saying.
No, I don't think I think she kind of thought, oh, I miss, like, he's really dedicated to Mandalore. He is. Well, that's a dedication.
The only reason she came is because Baby Yoda was too cute to say no to.
No, I think she really wanted to be, she's lonely. She got nobody at that castle. All she does is sit on that very uncomfortable throne all day long.
Yeah,
with the robot coming to her.
Pretend she doesn't need other people.
Dark thoughts. Leave me alone. Yeah, the baby was definitely the hero of last episode. Running to get Bo-Katan. It was the best.
His little scooter pram.
Zoom. It's like Mario Kart. Doot, 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 doot. He moves when he needs to move, that's for sure.
Good thing you brought along an astromech, because I don't think Baby Yoda can fly the ship.
No, that was a good plot point now, wasn't it? To have the astromech, and not IG-11, because IG-11...
could not have helped.
Oh, he could have flown it. I don't think
I don't think they're equipped for that.
He flew a speeder.
Yeah, but this is a spaceship. That's kind of different kind of flying.
Or a speed bike or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something we won't know until maybe they taunted us with bringing back IG-11, but
yeah, it's just not like bullseye womp rats back home, man.
Oh my god,
gotta really fly.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, just throw some random Star Wars trivia in there. MIT 16. Yeah, so last week we saw Pelly fleecing people.
Yeah, they pretty much put everybody in there. So.
Yeah, which is great because they're our faves. We like our faves. So then what next? I feel he's been redeemed. He's dunked himself in the water fully.
Completely.
Maybe he didn't finish reciting his
ritual words.
Maybe he did. I don't know what the last words are.
You know how important these ritual words are and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that was kind of what was disrupted in the beginning with the giant crocodile monster.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of disrupted their service that they were doing there. Their
and then it
baptism,
got disrupted again.
You know, and then it got disrupted again here by another giant monster.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of like bookends the whole episode as giant monster disrupts ritual.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish. So back to the mythosaur. Okay, so let me just clarify. Last episode, I was watching it very dark. My screen was not up to its full potential. So when I saw the mythosaur, I didn't see the full thing that everyone else saw. So I was like, oh, is that a mythosaur? What is that? Because I thought it was just a head with an eyeball. But when I watched it again on Ken's TV, I clearly saw it swim away. So I was like, well, dang, that's obviously the mythosaur. So that's kind of clarifies why I wasn't so sure in my review.
I think the thing for me with Bo-Katan is all her character arc throughout this has been, you know, oh, these are all stories and, you know, they're all fables and all this kind of thing. And it's, don't take them that seriously. And then she's like, she sees him taking that so seriously and she's then like, catches the mythosaur.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's it. Then she realizes the stories maybe actually are true.
Maybe they're true.
And then it's like, all of a sudden, it's a come to Mandalore moment.
Maybe it wasn't the other people that were wrong the whole time. But yeah, it's interesting. What will happen now? She swung that darksaber really well.
She did.
Mando cannot swing that thing.
Yeah, I think
it's like a rock.
Yeah, I think she's one definitely who deserves to have it.
Yeah.
And but she just needs to. Give it to her. Can't do that though, according to the rules. Right?
I wish he could just get it because I mean he was defeated by the spider monster robot.
Yep.
Robot insect, and therefore, kind of the insect won the lightsaber, and then she defeated the insect. So now she gets the lightsaber. That's what I'm just saying. I'm saying it's like the wand, Voldemort's wand. The Elder Wand, it swears allegiance to whoever defeated the person who had it. Yep. So, yeah, who truly owned it.
Yeah, well, she didn't really defeat him.
And Voldemort didn't, and that's why it didn't work for him. And that's what I think the lightsaber, I don't know. What do you people think? I'm having a real problem getting these out on time. Disney is copywriting me hardcore. I'm even putting like 10 seconds of footage in between blocks, and they're still picking it up.
It's new season.
Ugh. So, yeah, but what I don't understand is everyone else can get it out. Like, they get it out the day it comes out, and other people have, like, you know, an entire, 10-minute video with no blocks and all quit, all things. Why me?
Evil Disney.
Is it because I don't pay YouTube? Like, is it a conspiracy that if you don't pay for a thing in YouTube, you know, to not have ads, that they will copyright you every single time?
That doesn't seem to be a YouTube problem, but hey.
Well, YouTube is the one that scans it, and then with their weird scanning thing, and then if they find stuff, they know who owns the material. I don't know how it works. All I know is it says Disney, and then Disney has to look and see.
You've just not sacrifice to the algorithm
I
gods
have
enough.
not.
You've not committed a blood sacrifice to the algorum gods.
I have not. That's the reason.
You're being struck from heaven with ill luck.
Well, I'm going to re-edit this thing until it gets no copyright, even if it means we're watching and nobody sees anything.
The screen.
I'm going to get this thing out on time. Anyway, I think we should start. We've rambled on enough.
Don't mind me. I'm going to eat my beer. Keeping an eye on the water there.
Yeah. Oh, did the baby fix him? I wasn't paying attention. I think he was working on him. She put her helmet back on.
Probably didn't take it off because she had to go underwater
yeah,
to get
that's
it.
right, yeah. Oh, he took some water. Okay.
Did you see anything alive?
Alive? Like what?
Like a mythosaur?
Nothing.
See a
Let's get
giant
out of here.
dinosaur?
I would invite you in for a feast, but I'm guessing that helmet isn't coming off again.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. He just said it.
We took a hit.
It looks like a squadron of TIE interceptors.
Oh, great.
What?
How close are we to Kalevala?
TIE fighters? Who do they want? And where's their mothership? As we all know, they don't go far from the main ship.
He's gonna dump him and he's gonna jetpack his way down.
Yeah,
the side.
basically. Woo! Oh no! Get in there! Go, 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 go! Woo! Take that, sucker!
Hang on. I'm seeing something on the scope.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
huge battleship,
That's
man. What the heck is that?
It's TIE bombers.
Oh! Her castle! Oh! Oh!
We've got company.
Whoa! There's definitely a
You
giant
have to
ship
get out of there.
nearby.
I think you deserve the very best, Doctor. After everything you've been through, you're just so brave. You're such an inspiration. I'm so glad you're working for us now.
Thank you.
Trust none of this.
Yes.
None
And
of
none
it.
of them.
None of them. Everybody's out for themselves. Amnesty housing is an interesting concept to put all
Hey,
Imperial people together.
join us for a drink. G68.
Oh,
Doctor.
I recognize you from the last scene.
Everything all right?
I didn't expect to see anyone from Moff Gideon's ship here.
I heard he escaped en route to the War Tribunal.
No, that was just the cover story. I heard they hooked him up to a mind flayer.
Who's? No, this is a trap. It's a trap! A box. We'll never touch a box. A croissant. Oh,
Yellow biscuits.
Biscuits.
travel biscuits. How'd you get those?
So Chiquita left them.
No, how'd she get them?
Well, I think she's more to her than meets the eye.
Yeah, I think she's still connected to the Empire.
What is that?
That is the peak of Umate, highest mountain on Corasant.
What?
They say it's the only place on the entire surface where you can see the planet itself.
Strange.
You want to touch it?
Are we allowed to?
Allowed? Live a little, Doc.
Please refrain from physical contact with
So
Umate.
sorry. You knew that was gonna happen, didn't you?
Have you experienced
hot.
any feelings of anger or resentment towards the New Republic government or its
Damn.
representatives?
No.
What are you looking at?
Have you done this before?
Where do you think I got the
Where do you
biscuits?
think I got the biscuits?
That's the biscuit.
Predictable dialogue.
Okay.
You sure
Just
we're
like a
alone?
hot wire, this thing.
Yep. Ships are all inoperable. No need to guard them.
Oh no.
Just lights off.
Stop!
Amnesty Scientist, L-52, raise your hands. You are under arrest.
What?
Raise your hands, L-52.
What's happening? What? Did she set him up?
Yep.
For what?
You'll see some pleasant colors, hear a light buzzing, and experience a great sense of relief in no time at all.
Jesus!
Wipe my mind.
Absolutely not. This isn't the Empire, son. I'll be here when you wake up.
You don't understand. She brought me there. It was a trap. Please. I just want to help. She set me up.
You just said it's a trap to a calamari.
You set me up.
Yeah, why did you set him up? I'm confused. What's your game, woman?
He relapsed, but he's a friend. I still care about him.
What? What is your game?
Yes, you're welcome to stay.
I think she's gonna turn it up and wipe his mind.
Yeah, you're right. What is she doing? See, they have music.
Come no further. You're an
Saved you.
apostate, Din Djarin.
Nope, I'm
No
not.
longer. I have been to the mines of Mandalore.
Impossible. The mines were collapsed in the Purge. The planet is cursed.
He speaks the truth. I was witness.
And who are you, Night Owl?
I am Bo-Katan of Clan Kryze.
Your house has fallen from the way. You were both apostates.
We have been to the living waters. I bring proof.
We shall see.
Step aside, Pax Vizsla. I also have the sword you want. Still can't have it.
He speaks the truth. These are indeed the living waters. Din Djarin, you are redeemed. This is the way.
This is the way.
And Bo-Katan Kryze, by creed, you too are redeemed.
Sweet.
But I do not walk the way. Did you bathe in the waters?
Yep.
I did.
Unintentionally.
And have you removed your helmet since?
No.
No, I have not. Then you may join our covert and live as your ancestors once did. You may leave anytime you wish. Until then, you are one of us.
One of us.
Welcome,
Like I said, she's the
Bo-Katan
convert.
of Clan Kryze.
Yeah, I think I said that.
This is the way.
Yeah.
I already said
This is
it.
the way.
And said it.
I did. She saw the mythosaur.
Yeah.
Anybody want to hear the story about how I saw a mythosaur? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's alright
Woo! Alright, that was chapter 19, The Convert. Who we knew was going to be Bo-Katan.
then. Yes.
Because she'd kind of like seen the mythosaur and kind of cracked the exterior of, hey, some of those myths might be true.
Yeah.
Maybe that weird clan is not totally out to lunch.
Yeah, maybe I'll stop being so cynical.
Yeah. So basically we started with Bo-Katan in the cave, and then she didn't really talk about how she saw the mythosaur. She just kept asking Mando if he saw something on the way down. Maybe she thinks she's seeing things. I don't know. But then they went in the then they went in the ship, and Grogu pretty much said, "This is the way," in baby language. That was so cute. They all were like, "He said this is the way." So yeah, and then they were attacked by some random TIE fighters that just showed up from nowhere. We know that there's always a big-ass ship around somewhere.
Exactly.
So where it was, I don't know. But we never saw the actual cruiser.
Nope.
But the TIE fighters seem to be distracting from the bombers who bombed Bo-Katan's home. So now she's homeless.
So why is that?
Why is she homeless, or why did they
No,
distract?
obviously she's homeless because her home got exploded, but
Why?
Why did this happen?
She was saying that she kind of, messed with the
warlords?
Well, she did steal their ship. Remember? They took over that ship. They kind of took it.
That's true.
So, yeah. So that's probably not the first time she's pissed off the Empire. So...
The Empire's over, though. It's gone.
That's what they always say. We know it's not, because there's people being...
rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated by the what's it called? The New Republic. I keep trying to figure out what it's called. And so Mando and Bo-Katan, they light speeded their butts to the planet. Yeah, to proper land. But in between, there was a Pershing storyline. So we got to see that Dr. Pershing is living on Corasant. He has been converted to be a, geez, I'm forgetting all the language. It was a convert place he was in.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the convert is Bo-Katan and Pershing. Yeah. Because they were both converted, sort of. We'll get to Bo-Katan in a minute, but... So Pershing made some friends. We knew right away that the lady was trouble. Because she was at his speech. He did a speech about cloning, which apparently the Republic has a law against because of the Clone Wars. We get that. But I didn't understand why they wouldn't kind of like that whole organ idea. But I guess I don't know what that entails. If that entails doing mean things to people. But Pershing was bored. He was doing a drone job of putting things into the computer and sending and looking to see where they were supposed to go. And meanwhile, G5068, whatever her name was like, are you bored? Do you want to do your science? I think you do. I could get you the stuff. Whatever you need, I can get you. I can get it for you. It's a trap. Yes. Basically.
The Calamarians knew it all along.
Which, he said, who said it to, he said, Pershing said that direct to Amon Calamari. It's a trap. Easter egg. So that was fun. And there was a mind flayer. Okay, so let's rewind. I'm going a little further ahead. So she takes him to the dump yard where all the stuff is being recommissioned or destroyed.
It's all being salvaged.
Yeah. And it's all a stupid ploy because the New Republic guards find them and she's takes the stuff from him and turns out she's an officer.
Yeah.
A plant.
Yes.
But obviously not really an officer because...
she has her own motivations.
She tricked him into getting caught. Yeah. And then the Mon Calamari was like, okay, I'm going to put you on this gentle machine. And he's like, this is a mind flare. You're going to raise my mind. He's like, we're not the Empire. But she is, because she cranked that thing up when someone left her unattended with the machine. Yeah, that was very irresponsible.
Unsupervised.
There should have been a doctor there at all times, but no. She was like, I'll just stay and watch. So he's getting red zapped because it went from green and blue to red.
Yeah, so now he's getting his mind wiped.
Yes. But why? Is it because he knows things that the Republic could find out and Moff Gideon has told her to wipe his mind? She is still working for the Empire.
She's doing something.
She's a spy. They that. I thought that was very weird. Not too good planning for the New Republic to put all of its old Imperial people in the same apartment building. Yeah. Why would you do that? It gives them the opportunity to band together and form a new empire and be like, screw you! Bad planning. That's not good planning.
Sometimes you don't have a lot of choice, when you defeat an empire of some kind or a country of some kind, you're left with all of these ex-soldiers to deal with from that nation. And what do? You put them in prisoner of war camps. What else can you do?
And but it was an amnesty camp.
I'm sure they had different words for it, but
amnesty.
it was, and it was all pretty on the outside and that kind of stuff. But it was pretty clear, that it was an attempt to kind of like, control them, and depersonalize them and de-individualize them.
But there was a hint to the fact that Pershing should have picked it up when he went and touched the mountain peak of the highest mountain. He tried to. And she lied to him and said, oh, yeah, well, I don't know, just go ahead. This isn't the Empire. And then the little robot cop caught him. So it's like, she just lied to you and tricked you. And it was foreshadowing.
Warning. Danger real well.
She wanted to see, I think, whether he'd follow what she said.
Yeah.
And he did. So Pershing, who knows what's going to happen if that's the end of Pershing.
He's going to be a vegetable now.
What did she do? Was that revenge? I think it was Moff Gideon revenge. I don't think he wanted Pershing around. Because I think Pershing knows of like secret cloning labs at different places that probably haven't been found. So that's my guess. So then we get back to Mando, who takes Bo-Katan to the Mandalorian hideout, where he rescued them from the crocodile, and is like, "Hey, I'm back." No, you're not. Get out of here, Pax Vizsla, who has a massive grudge, says. No, man, I dived into the waters. I'm redeemed. No, that's a lie. You're lying. But then he brought some water, and it blew and flashed and made all these funky waves, and the armorer was like, this is the living waters. You're redeemed. And then your friend, she's cool too. Bo-Katan, you're now redeemed as well.
Yeah, that little throwaway line of dialogue of like, he fell in the water and I pulled him out.
Redeemed her.
Hands off.
Yeah.
It redeems her too.
Yeah, and we'll see. It seems like she's kind of like, this might be my new family. All her friends left her when she didn't get the Darksaber, so they weren't really friends at all. But Mando has this strong attachment to this group of people who've come to save him on several occasions. They've never, besides telling him he's gone because he took his hat off. And she hadn't taken her hat off since she'd gotten out of the waters. So, is that the end of seeing Katie Sackhoff's face? Now she's going to be permanently helmeted. And same with Pedro, I don't know. But nobody seems to be worried that, the baby doesn't seem to have a helmet. But how can you really helmet that sweet little face with the ears? I think that's a no-go. I thought maybe they were going back to the planet where Luke was. Because they said they never find them or whatever. And I thought, oh. At first I thought, oh, did they go to Corasant? Because there's 1 trillion people there. So how are they going to find you? But they have a lot of records. So it might be easier than you think. But then that wasn't them. That was Pershing. And then I thought, well, maybe they went back to Luke's planet. Because it's pretty abandoned. It's just him. And whoever he might be training. Because Grogu was going to be his first Padawan, but he made the choice to wear the chainmail and go back to Daddy Mando. Yeah. So, yeah.
Circling back here to this whole cloning thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing, the New Republic has a problem with cloning, but, the Empire certainly didn't. And so, this suggests that, she may well have some motivations to kind of start a new empire over again with a whole new army of clone soldiers. He
did ask her what her, what she would have wanted to be when she grew up, and she said she never had that opportunity. Yeah. What does that mean? Is she a clone?
Yeah. That's good thinking there. It's possible.
Maybe she was never a kid.
Maybe she's a clone. She's a tank.
Maybe she just got drafted right away, one of the orphans, or remember we learned that it was orphans who became stormtroopers after the clones were no longer used. Right. Kamino was mentioned, which we all know is the cloning planet from Attack of the Clones. So, yeah. So lots of throwbacks there, lots of interesting stuff.
Lots of things that could be setups for payoffs later.
Yes.
Guess we'll see what happens.
Is this lady the new Moff Gideon we have to worry about?
Mm-hmm.
When they mind flay someone, do their memories go into like a chip? Will she have access to the fact that Pershing was actually working with the baby? Will the baby be in danger again?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question I have. Because Pershing didn't like operating on the, or, you know, doing what he had to do to the baby. She was on the same ship, so we know that she has a connection to Moff Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
What was that connection? She's clearly working an agenda. She is not a New Republic person. She's definitely Empire, using her fake status, and there was also a dropped hint that Moff Gideon may have escaped and not got to his tribunal. That was the old Imperial people were talking about that. There was different stories wandering out there about Moff Gideon. She didn't say anything, I don't think.
Not really.
She was pretty quiet on that subject. So I have a feeling that she's in contact with Moff Gideon, that maybe he did escape. And, I mean, Juan Carlos Esposito was in all the interviews for this season. He was part of the cast collection interviews. So that leads me to believe that Moff Gideon will reappear. But at the same time, I thought maybe it was a ruse to make us think he was reappearing. You never know. These people are so good with secrets. They cover up stuff so well that you don't know what's happening. So yeah.
I gotta say, like,
theories.
Tell us in the comments below what you think of the more sort of serialized nature of the writing this season. It's less episodic and more serial. They're clearly building up to things.
Yeah.
You know, like it's starting to come a little bit, it's becoming a bit more Andor-y, you know, where it's a little bit more of a serialized story building up to some things.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think of that compared to what happened in the prior seasons.
Boba Fett was serial.
Yeah, but it sort of tanked.
What do you mean it tanked?
It didn't really work all that well. It didn't connect the story together all that well. So.
That's not true. How dare you say that? It's like sacrilege. Don't talk like that on my channel. I loved Boba Fett. Anyway, I also, I've never minded. I mean, yeah, there was one-off stories here and there. In the first two seasons.
Yeah, the whole first two seasons were basically episodic, and there was, you know.
Well, except for leading up to the grand finale. I mean, there was always the nature of Grogu was in danger.
Right. Yeah.
And they had to get him to a Jedi, and I felt like some of those continued on to themselves.
Yeah, it was fairly thin stuff, though. It wasn't like really a huge building story arc over the whole thing, you know, the Andor stuff. So it wasn't like that. There were a few connecting threads and little touch points where they would connect together things.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like a big developed story arc. There was a lot of more episodic stuff to it, and that was cool. It worked very well.
Yeah. Except that I would disagree with you in that there wasn't an overall arching thing, because Mando's development was different through the whole thing. It had changed from I'm just a bounty hunter to I'm a daddy.
Well, yeah. But
I don't know. I just like to argue with you. It's kind of my thing. All right. Well, please leave a comment, a like, subscribe, and until next week, we'll see you for episode 4. Bye.